Hey, are you thinking about doing some remodeling projects on your RV? Well, we've got the top 5 remodeling projects we've done that we think give the best bang for the buck, and we're going to share them with you right now.
Welcome to RV Adventures with Pets. I'm Jackie.
And I'm Joseph, and on our channel we talk about how to work, live, and play full-time in an RV with 4 cats and a dog.
If you're new to our show, welcome. We love having you here. And if you've seen us before, welcome back. Thank you for being with us again today.
Yes, all 6 of you, welcome back.
No, we got 9. We're up to 9. Just kidding. Our numbers are growing, and that's because of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Today on our show, we're going to talk about the top 5 remodeling projects that we've done to our RV. And if you're like us and your RV is a little older than brand new, or even if it's brand new, you probably want to do some things to make it your own. So we want to share those with you today to give you some ideas for your own coach and your own projects, and maybe avoid the projects that don't give you such a good return.
All right, so if you're ready, let's go right into project number 1, which is the floor.
The floor. Now the flooring was a big deal for us, right? Because
I hated the floor. I absolutely hated the floor. I mean, I don't understand why people put carpets
white carpet.
Right?
Why do they put white carpet? Now I understand it's a small space. You use a lighter color and it brightens things up and makes it look bigger. But you can't keep it clean. Where do we take our RV? We take it into the woods where there's dirt, or to the beach where there's sand. You can't get the dirt out of a white carpet. You can make it look a little clean by...
Not really.
But it's horrible. If you've got carpet and white carpet in your coach and want to get rid of it, we highly recommend. It's our number 1 recommended project. We redid our entire floor.
Yes, and that was one of those things we thought about, like how much do we want to take out? Because our coach started out with the beginning of the coach is tile, and then we have the carpet, and then we had some tile, and then we had some carpet again. And we weren't sure where, should we save the tile and just go ahead and replace the carpet?
The tile was actually pretty nice, but we couldn't find enough matching tile to do that tile throughout the whole coach. So we started ripping out the tile too.
We had the whole coach floor replaced, and we absolutely love it.
So glad we did the same flooring from the front to the back of the coach, all the same, all the way through the bathroom, the bedroom, the kitchen. We got rid of all the tile on the carpet, even the slider, which most people will leave their slide out carpeted, but we actually found some pretty creative solutions on how to finish that off. Jackie did, actually, so we'll show that off too. This is a foam furniture bumper product ordered off of Amazon and worked really well to trim off the slider floor.
Yeah, and having one flooring, especially a light flooring, actually opened up the space big time, and it just looks so much cleaner. Yeah. And it is easier to take care of. I mean, I love the floor now. I used to cringe every time I walk in, and now I come in and I see my floor and I smile. So definitely worth the money.
Yes. Now we did a laminate wood flooring. Our second choice probably would have been tile throughout the whole thing, but a nice, solid, smooth surface. And the funny thing is, we can talk about this cleaning. We sweep this floor multiple times a day. We've got 4 cats and a dog in here. They shed fur and track litter sometimes and dirt sometimes.
And we do too.
And we do too.
We don't track litter, it's just dirt.
We don't track litter so much. But we sweep it multiple times a day, and every time collect quite a bit of debris. And we were talking, it's like, how much debris was in that carpet?
It was hiding in that carpet.
We did not vacuum that carpet multiple times a day.
No, I would probably vacuum it maybe 2-3 times a week max.
Right. So how much dirt was in there that we never knew about?
Yeah, so having the floor definitely is totally, for me, worth the money.
Yeah.
Big time. That's one of my favorite transformation of the coach.
So what's our second project? What are we talking about, number 2?
The second project is lighting. Yes, lighting.
Okay, our coach is 15 years old plus, and it had a lot of halogen lights from the spotlights. Well, halogen takes a lot of power and generates a lot of heat, And you couldn't dim or adjust it. So you either had like bright halogen spotlights on or no light at all. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
Plus it killed the battery really fast. We went through, ordered parts off of Amazon, pretty inexpensive, and it was something that I could do myself. It's just 2 wires that run to each one of those lights. You clip the old ones out, you wire tie the new ones in and mount them back in place. We replaced all the spotlights, the overhead lights, and even the under cabinet lights in the kitchen, all with inexpensive LEDs that are cooler, don't take as much power, and some of them are actually dimmable and even go into a night blue LED mode that are very cool.
Yeah, and Joseph did the whole project, the whole coach, I think, in half a day.
Yeah, like if I did it all at once, it would have been a half-a-day project. I spread it over a little bit of time just because I was in Florida. It was hot and sweaty and standing on my head to get to some of these places. But it's an easy project on a hard scale. Like if 10 was the hardest and 1 was the easiest, replacing these lights is like a 3. It's a pretty easy project.
And we'll have links to all of the different lights and all the different things that we bought for our remodel down in the description below. But yeah, the light, I think, makes a tremendous difference. Again, for me, it's definitely a win. You?
Absolutely. That is definitely, after the floor, the second thing that was a must-do for any coach that doesn't already have upgraded LED lighting inside.
All right, number 3, painting.
Now, this is something I was initially against. We've got very high quality cabinetry in this coach. It's one of my favorite aspects of it because it's solid wood construction. Like it doesn't creak or rattle or anything.
And it is beautiful. You can see right behind us, you know, the color and all of that. Except in a tiny space, it really dwarfs the room. It makes everything really dark. And it's actually kind of dated looking.
Yeah. I mean, and after I looked at it, you know, kind of with...
After we finish, after the finished product, he looked at it. He's like, oh, maybe I do like it.
Well, I hate to put paint over beautiful wood grain. I mean, the wood craftsmanship is so good. But, you know, that doesn't matter if it doesn't give you the look you want.
Right.
And Jackie was absolutely right. It's kind of dated, kind of has that 70s vibe, 80s vibe going on.
And it looks like a coach. And I wanted something that looks more like home. And so we painted the cabinets in the bedroom. We painted the cabinets in the bathroom. That was mine and Joseph's compromise. We do half. We do my must-do room.
Like if you want to ruin the wood, just do it in the back of the coach and leave the rest alone.
And so we have the bedroom that's updated and the bathroom that's updated, and we both are in love with it. And Joseph actually said, once we settle, maybe we can do the rest of the coach. So that's on our to-do list.
Yeah, it did make a big difference in just the brightening up the space and making it seem bigger and cleaner. So painting, that was the third thing. But you did more than just painting cabinets. You did something else to update the accents. So number 4 are the accents, the trim, the little color around the light fixtures, the metal frames around that, the knobs and handles. Now these are things, honestly, guys, I never notice.
But they're ugly. So our coach is old, and the knobs on the cabinets, they were that ugly brass. And every time I walk in, I'm like,
beautiful shiny brass. They looked brand new. You could polish them up. You could see your reflection in them.
And the lights were like that. I hated it. But when we were just, you know, vacationing on the weekend, it was no big deal. But since we were living full time, I definitely wanted something that feels, again, more homey. And so I took all the knobs off, I took all the lights off, and I just spray painted it.
And there's a lot of them, by the way.
There's a lot of it, and it took a little bit of time. You know, you got to spray paint it and then let it dry and then put another coat or 2 on it, depending on which item we're talking about. But it probably took me a couple hours over a couple days because I do have, again, to let it dry in between. But the end result is just so much nicer. It has a more higher quality look to it and a definitely more calming look. And again, for me, it feels like home, which is super important to me. And it only took like a couple cans of spray paint and a few hours of my time, and everything looks so much different and so much better.
Now I have to say, guys, if you're out there struggling with this, like, why are you going to waste time and effort with the little knobs that nobody really notices? I did notice when it was done and the darker color fixtures were back in the coach, it made a huge difference. So I you know, gotta trust the women when they're talking about these things. It was very nice. And again, on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult was that project?
1.
Yeah. I mean, there's one screw in each knob. You take it off. You got to keep track of things while they're off. That's probably the hardest part. Spray painting. Jackie's a spray paint expert, though, I have to say. And you picked like a metal color,
like a bronze.
A bronze metal that had some texture and some depth to it. Really nice.
In terms of accents, we did a couple different things. And behind us right here, you can see my gray curtains. Those used to be cream. And not only were they cream, they were kind of faded and they had stain from...
Kind of water-stained, rust-stained, ugly, cream,
dirty-looking stuff.
Dirty white.
And so initially we're like, we need to buy new curtains and we need to replace the whole coach with new curtains. And as we started looking at pricing and all of that, it just didn't make sense.
And it's hard to find the quality of curtains that, honestly, that they build in these coaches. I mean, they block out all the light, and they last, obviously, for decades. So we're having trouble finding even a good quality curtain to replace them.
Yeah, and so we were talking to my sister and brother-in-law, who are actual RVers too, and they're like, why don't you just dye it? I mean, like, wow. Talk about a light bulb moment. I mean, I used to dye everything, and it's been years since I've done it, and I just totally forgotten all about it. So all we did was bought those little Ritz dye, and we followed the instructions super easy. Dye all of the curtains, put it back up, and it is beautiful.
Made a huge difference, yeah. And gray is just a more updated, modern color than that standard off-white that really does look dirty. So.
And in our particular coach, too, a lot of the accent window valance, yeah. There's gray bluish tone in it, so dyeing it gray just make perfect sense, and it goes well with the floor that we chose too. And then accent, what else did we did for accent? Oh, my 2 favorite things that we did in the coach that was incredibly simple, but it makes a whole big difference for me, is one, the backsplash to the stove was all mirrored, and it looked dated. It was just ugly, and so we took that off. And we replace it with kind of a peel and stick with glue in the back. How would you describe that?
Yeah, it's not exactly peel and stick, because peel and stick is generally really thin. And these are actually probably 1/4 inch stone. So it's a real genuine stone backsplash that comes in little panels. And they do have a part you peel off, but then you put a lightly soapy water on the back that activates the glue, and it sticks.
It sticks really, really well. And it took us half a day to do that. Joseph did have to cut them down to size in certain areas.
Cutting stone isn't easy. So it was actually my final excuse to get a Dremel. I got a wireless Dremel tool with a diamond blade. Very important, because if you don't have a diamond blade, you can't cut stone. I mean, you can kind of saw it with a hacksaw, but it would take a long time. I tried that to start. The Dremel made a big difference, and you could just cut all the little notches out very easily and then stick it on, and then just finished off with a little caulk around it. And I think that's one of the biggest aesthetic improvements we made in the coach overall.
Definitely, and that makes it feel so much homier to me than that weird, ugly mirror backsplash we had. And right next to it, we have a little window with really ugly dated blinds.
Had aluminum metal blinds in there, vertical blinds. Is that there? No,
yeah,
horizontal blinds.
Blinds.
That rattled and made noise.
And it was difficult to clean. I mean, like, this is the kitchen area. I cook and things get splashed everywhere.
And trying to clean each blind is very difficult. So we ripped those out. Those are gone.
Yeah. And I was able to find 2 little metal frame, and I used it, and it fits perfectly in the window.
So what they are they're metal signs that have a wooden frame around them, and 2 of them together fit perfectly under the valance and cover the window. And you can slide them open if you want to look out the window. But since they're metal, it was a solution also for spices.
Yes, and of course in an RV, space is premium, and if you can use something as a multifunctional area, that's awesome. And so I found these little circular spice rack from the dollar store.
They have magnets.
Magnets on the back, and I fill it up with my spices, stick it right onto the metal frame, and it is beautiful and highly functional.
We have a combination window shade, spice rack, metal sign.
Metal art.
Metal art. There you go.
It dressed up our kitchen. It looks really cute.
It does.
And then the last thing we did, accent-wise, is we have this ugly mirror wall. And we get why there's mirror right there, you know, because there's a lot of, or there is a small space and the mirror opens it up. But it's ugly, it's dated, and it's not usable.
And it was a mirror, floor to ceiling, side to side, that the slide would come in over and cover it. And then when it slid out, you'd have this mirror wall there.
Right. And so we took the mirror wall out. We built this beautiful coffee bar and also added these baskets right here for my fruits and vegetables and bread and whatever else I use. And so now not only is my wall cuter than that mirror wall, it's functional. I didn't have any place to put my fruits and vegetables before. I didn't have a place for my coffee bar, and now I have it. And the really cool thing about this whole thing is even when the slide comes in, everything stays on the wall. I mean, I don't have to take the baskets off. I don't have to take the coffee bar off. We just leave it right there. We just take the cups off to make sure it doesn't fall down during travel, but everything stays right there and it's great.
Yeah, and even though it's only 6 inches of space, we put quite a bit on that wall, and it was space that went completely unused otherwise.
Yeah, so that is probably another one of my really, I love that remodeling. It did not cost that much money, didn't take a lot of time to put together, and the end result is incredibly useful. And for me, I love the way it looks. It's very homey.
And number 5 is the bathroom. Now, our bathroom is small. Even though it has a tub, a full tub in it, it's tiny. So you've got a tub, a sink, and the commode all in a very small space. It had the dark cupboards, it had the halogen lights, and it had a tile floor, and it was dark and dirty.
And it also have the very lovely old RV shower curtain.
Yeah, old shower curtain. Again, something I probably wouldn't notice, but when we changed it out to a new bright colored shower curtain, really made the difference. We also replaced the toilet. Now, our coach, again, being 15 years old, toilets don't last forever. Even though it was ceramic toilet, they need to be replaced. So we replaced that as well with one that has a real nice high pressure water that cleans the bowl every time you flush. And that's been a nice upgrade.
Yeah, I didn't think that was that important, but it's definitely a really nice upgrade. And the bathroom, what we did, we painted the cabinets. We changed the floor out, and we actually took the same material for the floor and we brought it up to the wall, and it just make it look more spa-like almost.
It's kind of like a spa in there now with some wood flooring on the wall.
Right?
And replaced all those nasty old lights with LEDs.
Yes, and the LED lights, you know, along with the paint and along with the new white shower curtain and some new accessory, it just make the whole bathroom looks a lot roomier than it is.
And there you have it, our top 5 RV upgrades. The biggest bang for the buck, return for investment for those projects. I would do every one of those projects over again.
I would definitely do it all over again, except the only thing I would do is probably stick to my gun and say we're painting the whole coach at once.
Hey, thanks for watching our video today. We hope you enjoyed seeing some of the transformations we've done on our coach and inspired some ideas for your own.
If you like what you saw, be sure to comment down below and give us a thumbs up and let us know you like the content and you want to see more of the same. Or if you have any topic or anything you want us to address, definitely leave a comment below and we will do our best to address it in a future episode.
And if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, go ahead and do that by clicking the subscribe button and the little bell icon right next to it, and you get a reminder every time we have a new episode to watch.
Until next time, happy adventuring.
Happy adventuring.
Behind us, you can see our
window
lines.
The top 5 remodeling projects we've done on our... Ready?